Alright guys, hello, welcome to VHP Engines. So tonight I've been working on a couple of different builds here. I got the fucking Wiseco Eagle B16 I'm putting a wrap up on, and this fucking over here LSV I'm breaking down to do some rebuild inspections. And I ran into some shit that, I think is a big enough issue for me to talk about. So I think it deserves its own separate video, and so I'm going to make one. Block guards. Do you use them or do you not use them? Well, personally I think that there's enough shit out there now, especially with CSS, which I'll leave a link for in the description, that it's just, I don't see the justified reason to use a block guard. There are alternatives out there that you can use now that are cost effective. You don't have to use sleeves. CSS is proven to 800 horsepower, warranted for 500 on most blocks. So being a guy that I don't use race gas, I'm or E85, I'm a pump gas guy. I'll never take these fucking Honda engines past 500 horsepower, 480 max. So I don't think I need, well, I know I don't need a sleeve for that. I can go stock sleeves and it'll hold. I just gotta, of course, watch detonation and shit, which is kind of risky already, high boost, whatever. Anyway, whole thing is, block guards, use them or not? I would say no. And the reason why is because the only engines that have ever made me nervous, the only engines I've ever assembled that made me nervous were engines that have block guards. Now, to tell the story, I have a B20V turbo set up in my EG sedan. And when I was building that engine, like what I like to do is I bolt the crank in, I rotate the crank. Right, make sure it rotates freely, and then I drop in the first two pistons and rods, rotate them, make sure they rotate freely, and then I drop it in the last two, of course, and then I check the engine assembly, I rotate everything, make sure everything's good. Now, when I did with my B20, when I got to the last two pistons and rods, I put them in, I go to rotate, I rotate against the timing weight, just because of the fact that the crank bolt's loose, and I don't want it to break free, so I rotate against it to make sure it's tight, doesn't come off. And when I did that on the B20V, it got stuck. The front crank, pistons, rods, it just jammed. It felt like I ran into a brick wall. I freaked out because I'd already had a spat of bad engines, and so I thought I had another bad block, whatever. But I walked away, came back, rotated it the other way, and slowly, so I wouldn't break the bolt loose, and it spun. And I kept spinning, and it went all the way around, no problems. And then I spun it back, and it went around, no problems. And I, stopped, came back again, tried it, and it would get stuck. It still would get stuck, but it wouldn't freeze up completely. But it still made me really nervous all the way through building the block. I said, fuck it. I kept building it. I already put too much effort into it. So I went along with the build, and when I finally got the timing build on, that was a little bit of a hassle because it was sticking when I was trying to set timing. I got that on, and all the way up until the day I dropped it in, I kept checking it, it kept getting stuck. So I had my first start, it ran, didn't sound like I had any problems. After it ran, I got up under the car with a ratchet and a 19, I spun it spun, never caught again. Since then, I've checked it a couple times, never caught. So it seemed like it needed to have the initial break-in for it to run freely. But personally, I feel it shouldn't be that way. Your shit should run smooth always. I've never had that problem with any other engine besides with the block guard. Now, I've got this right here that I just put together, kind of finished, putting together the other night, and it's also got a block guard, and it's not doing what the B20 did. It spins freely, but it's rough to spin at first. Like, it takes some effort to get it to move, and of course that makes me feel uncomfortable. If it's jamming up in the cylinder walls, is a good way to stretch the fucking rod bolts and have a spun bearing. So now tonight, I was also doing this right here, this LSV. A friend of mine brought it to me. He said he bought it from an acquaintance of his that he knows. The guy built it fresh, but he didn't know, there's no background for that guy. He has never seen him build an engine before. He's a little nervous about doing it, so me and him worked out like a trade for labor type thing, and I broke it down. Now, when I initially went to his house to check it out, the first thing I did is I went to go spin the crank. And when I went to go spin the crank, it wasn't moving. Like, I was putting some effort into it, and that motherfucker would not budge. So I tried to go back the other way, still wouldn't move. I put a lot of strength into it, and the fucking crank bolt popped loose. So I'm like, bro, you got a bad engine here. That's for sure a bad engine. If the crank's not spinning, that means you fucking spun a bearing and lodged, and it's just not going to turn. So I told him we should, get a new crank, bearings, all that bullshit. See, this is the reason why I like to break down the engine first before I tell who's getting the engine built by me what the fuck you need, because you don't really 100% know what you need until you get inside of it. Now, he was like, I swear to God, bro, the engine never ran. I spun the crank when I first got there, and I'm like, yeah, I'm sure you did. It's not moving now, and I really put some effort into it. But of course, I like to double check, triple check, quadruple check. I always like to check just to make sure I'm 100% on what I'm doing. And so I took the head off, mounted on the stand, went to it again, went to go push. Now I went to go turn it the timing way, and as I'm trying to rotate here, the whole engine stand's starting to fucking lean, and I'm smiling in my head like, I was right. This fucking engine is jacked, even though everything looks brand new. So then I start turning it the other way, and again I'm starting to fucking shake, and the engine's fucking starting to rock on the stand, and then pops and starts to spin. I fucking start to spin it the other way, spin it again. It's spinning, not super smooth like I like it to be, like it's not gliding like it's supposed to be, but spinning enough to where I felt that kind of resistance before. I peek underneath the head gasket, and sure as shit, there's a fucking block guard. So while I felt shitty that I made this guy go out and buy extra fucking parts, at the same time too, I did offer to take the engine and tear it down, and it was like, no, I don't want to do it, don't worry, we'll just buy all the parts first. So now extra parts were bought, fucking crank was bought, brand new rings were bought, and rings for forged pistons aren't fucking cheap, bro. They're 100 fucking change. So that bearings, pistons, head gasket, all that shit, and it turns out this engine probably has 0 miles. Now, like I said, I feel bad, but at the same time too, I really did put effort into spinning it, and that shit did not fucking budge. So block guard, blame it on the fucking block guard, because again, I've never had any problem with any fucking engine rotation except for engines that have block guards. So I will say, stay away from them. If you're gonna use so much fucking power that you feel you need cylinder reinforcement, CSS, you ship your block to them, bare as fuck. Shipping is maybe like $70 at most tops. You ship the block to them, $300. They CSS, which is they machine their fucking shit into there to where it looks like it's sleeved. They warranty for $500. It's been proven to 8. So unless you're building a fucking serious race car, if you feel like you're gonna pass the 500 mark and you want to be safe, CSS. Don't fuck with these block guards, guys. Plus if you're installing them yourself, you could fuck it up. And even Golden Eagle, they make block guards, but they say that you may need to resize the cylinders because it might fucking egg shape when you're doing it. So again, don't fucking use them. It's not worth the trouble. It's not worth the peace of mind, or it's worth the peace of mind to not use it. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. If you want to see any more fucking helpful tips or see me go through these engine builds and tell the stories of the block as it's going to put together, subscribe. If you think this fucking video is helpful, give it a thumbs up. And thanks for watching. Peace.